Hello. All right. Well, I know it said somebody was waiting. And it does show somebody here. Perhaps 9 a.m. was too ambitious. Surprising I made it myself. Two people watching. Well, I'd like to wait just a little bit in case additional people show up or somebody leaves because somebody just left. Before I start opening something, I've got some medium-sized boxes over here. They're relatively large anyway. And then behind me, you can see I've got a stack of large boxes. There is a pretty large box on the floor over here. And I also still have the box that has the other bag of minifigures that we opened that box up last week. And I'm more than willing to do the minifigures. It's just, I know people tend to like that, so probably would wait until there was more people here. I think if in a couple of minutes we don't have a couple more people in, I will probably just start opening up a box. Or have a donut. Might have one of those too. Rumor on the street is that I went to Dunkin' Donuts ahead, which means I had to get up early enough to be able to get out of the house and back to do that. So it's a fairly impressive feat. All right. Be right back. I'm going to get some shoebox type things to sort stuff into after I open up something. I'm going to put the box over here probably. And this is the joy of Walmart clearance from 3 years ago. Were these totes? And I was actually in Virginia at the time, and I went around to like a dozen Walmarts, and I bought up so many of these. There's 10 of them in a package, and I probably had bought over 200, not packages, but totes. So like 20 of these. For anybody who has to open something that's strapped like this, usually there's going to be a point upon which the strap is glued to it. And if you flip the strap over and pull, it just comes apart. You get a knife in these, it's just get pulled apart really easily. That is from my newspaper delivering days when they would deliver the bundles of newspapers in those straps, especially for the Sunday paper, because there was a separate strap for the inserts, like the comics and all the ads. We had to collate them. And yeah, that's how I learned that. Don't need the lids right away, so we're going to put those aside. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking 9 a.m. was too aggressive of a time. But that's okay. Well, oh, we lost the one person that was here. I'm now talking to myself. Ah, the person is back. Hopefully it's, well, hopefully it's just they decided to back out for a moment and come back in, or somebody else came in, and not that they're having connection issues. But I would hope that they would have connection issues before I have connection issues, because if I have connection issues, that causes a problem for everybody. I'm also wearing my Brick World 2022 t-shirt. Ah, accidentally closed the tab. Not a problem. Lewis Lawson, welcome. I say that I'd recognize your name, so welcome. Perhaps you're a different name somewhere else that I might recognize. I don't know. I'm not really good with names until I've been dealing with the person for a while. It kind of puts, you know, like new social situations kind of in an awkward state for me, because like I'll meet someone, they'll introduce me, somebody will introduce me to them, or they'll introduce themselves, and I'll be like, oh, hello, so-and-so, and then like 3 minutes later, I can't remember who I'm talking to. I mean, I enjoy the conversation, but I just can't. Well, there you go. If you don't mind my asking, and I can ask anyway, you just don't have to answer, is where are you about in the world? I'm just curious. Two people. Maybe they didn't like my count impersonation before. UK, England. Okay, cool. I know several people over that direction, Bricklink wise and otherwise. All right, so I'm just going to grab a box, I think, at this point. And I think we're going to go with this medium-sized box that's off camera over here. This box. Now, I say medium, it's not exactly a small box. I'm going to pull this tote off the pile so I can put this box over here at a lower level. A piece of a bag sticking out. Now, I have bogarted the knife, so I'll have to use a pair of scissors to get into this. It's probably been in the house for a while. much like the minifigure stuff from last week. And here's our packing slip. I won't ruin what's in here if it's like something specific, but it's probably bulk. Okay. All right. No, this is actually a little bit more recent than the stuff from last week, the minifigures. This stuff was, I paid for this on January 17th of this year. So I probably had this by the end of January. And this is was sold as a 17 bulk loose Lego lot. So that's what we got, just bulk loose Lego. And that's kind of what I was expecting. So I'll get it open and start taking a look. Right. And let's see, there's some loose stuff all around, but all these bags. And I'm amazed at these bags. I've seen these a number of times. And what these are, I believe, yeah, these are plastic deposit bags from some retail organization to the bank. We used to use these when I worked at Borders. So basically, you'd fill out all this information and then send it in. An armored car service for us would come and pick it up at the store, although you can just drop it off at the bank, and then the bank opens it up and verifies it. It's all a very rigid process, but somehow they got a hold of a bunch of these and are like, hey, we can use these, and they're using them for Lego. And I've seen this more than once. What's actually funny too is I bought a storage unit. Hey, Bill, how's it going? I bought a storage unit, and inside a plastic drawer unit that was in there was a whole pile of these. So I have a whole bunch of these unused as well. So I could do the same thing. I could ship out Lego in these large bank type deposit bags, which would be kind of amusing. I'm going to put this bag on the floor though. There is another bag next to it, or not next to it anymore. It was in the box, but I'm going to pull out some of this large chunky stuff. Bunch of these large 16 by 16. Some smaller ones, I think these are 8. And one stray 2x2 pearl gold jumper. Go figure. So yeah, this was the large stuff. It wasn't put in a bag, but they probably just put all the smaller stuff in the bag and then put this stuff in next to it. That's fine. Now we'll just put that there. Yep, it doesn't look like there's anything else down there. So now, what's the best way to do this? You know, I have no idea. Creating a block to my exit. Going on, just got back from dropping off orders at the post office. Now working on cleaning up the house before family comes over. Oh, that's really cool. It's like 2 p.m. here, but good morning to you guys. Rick Land, UK. Oh, hello. Patrick, I believe, correct? All right. So let's see how is the best to get this open. We're just going to open it like this. And we got some Lego to look at. I mean, so first glance, it looks to be mostly actual Lego, which is a bonus. I mean, granted, it's a very quick look, but it's always nice to see that it's actual Lego and not fake, at least in my book. So this is not a standard sorting technique, but I'm going to just push stuff over that I believe is Lego. Let's see. What's in the bag? Well, loose Lego. I had opened up, and it's I paid for this mid-January this year, so it was probably in the house here by end of January, and it just hadn't been opened yet. There is another bag the same size as this, 8 by 16 plates and a couple of 8 by 16 plates and some boat hull type pieces that were in next to it, and this one stray 2x2 pearl gold jumper, which I'm gonna go with just regular Lego. But yeah, this all pretty much looks like real Lego to me. Well, Nope, there's one that's not. So we do have non-Lego. But really, do you expect anything different from a bulk lot? I mean, sure, it'd be nice, but that's, I believe, a non-building piece, little frog. Let me see if I can show him. Just a little frog. That's kind of a cute frog. Let me grab a separate tote for putting some non-Lego stuff in. I'll just dump this to the side. Let's see. So that's, and I'm not checking each piece at this point 100% to make sure it's Lego. It's just like, if I see obviously that it's not, or something that doesn't even seem to be building brick like the frog, I'm going to try to turn the camera down just a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, that's good. You can kind of see my surface area here a little bit better. The frog is even visible on the corner of my laptop. So yeah, this is not what I would normally suggest as a good sorting technique, but because I'm not sitting here actually sorting all these categories, it works for right now. What was that from? eBay? Looks like a fair bit of weight. It was Shop Goodwill, and it was listed as being 17 pounds, and I paid, well, it says the price is $67.32. I am not sure if that's before or after shipping. So a good price, I would say. A little over $5 a pound. There's a pearl gold flex tube. That's kind of cool. And a dog. We're going to keep the dog off the side. I'll be honest, I'm almost sometimes more amused by the non-Lego that's in these lots than the Lego. Yeah, if I find really cool, but make Friend's head, because it's got the giant hole at the top of the head, and I don't think the Friend's heads have that. Well, it's actually hollow. It's a hollow head. So yeah, I'm almost sure that's not Lego. We keep the dog separate. Can you see the? Oh, he's off screen. I'll keep him over here. Let's see. Nice. About 50 dogs. That's a good buy. Nice. No. At first glance, I'm not seeing many, if any, figures. But you know that can change. I believe this is a fake basketball because it's got this big open spot on one side. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the Goodwill now, sadly, are separating out the minifigs. If you can find the ones that are not, it's a bonus. A couple of things I found is, you know, they generally will pull out minifigs, but they're generally not pulling out minifig parts all the time. So sometimes you will find parts of minifigs in them. And the other thing I've noticed is when they have partially built stuff like cars and trucks and spaceships and all that stuff, a lot of times you have a better chance at finding minifigs in those because they haven't actually been pulled out of the vehicles. Not always true, but I mean, I'm finding that to some extent it is true. I think we're going to move that non-Lego tote and put it up here. I've got a few more here. And then there's this strange blue gemmy type thing, which I'm 98% sure is not Lego. I've never seen anything like that before. Actually, you know that. That's not even a building piece. I'm going to hold that aside. I've started to try to separate out the non-Lego by brick and non-brick. Because the brick, I feel like I could lot it up and sell it on eBay or locally or something like that. The non-brick could probably also be sold, but in some other different fashion. But by keeping it separate, it's easier to do that with. All right, so now this might be a Lego. Cute little, I don't know, cat, dog, not sure. Really hard to see with my fingers knowing and all that. I'm going to put him in a maybe pile. Whoa. Let's see. Any sightings of the basement today? What progress I can? I've been down there today. No, last night. To check on a couple of things that I was working on. But I don't plan on going down there on a live stream. I'll probably go down there later to work on some stuff. Oh, there's a part of a small little boat or feels like it's Lego. It's probably a friend's speedboat of some sort. Kind of cool. So I've got 1 bedroom's worth of Lego down there almost. There was a few sets that I did not send down that were down there. I did not send down the stadiums. I got probably 4 or 5 of those, of the 3 different ones. I did not send down the 2 Technic supercars, the Bugatti Chiron or the Lamborghini Scion. Those I did not send down. I have 4 copies apiece of those. And then that bedroom also has in it now a few Lego sets that were in the hallway that were on another shelf in the entry area because it's a little bit larger of an area. It's almost like a mini room. And I'd put up a shelf there because I needed more space. But I needed a shelf in the basement to put on. So the sets went into that bedroom, even though I was trying to clear it out because those sets are for category themes that are in the other 2 bedrooms. So they're not designated to go to the basement yet. So that's why they're not going down there. Of the stuff that's in the basement, I have cataloged and inventoried about 2/3 of it. And then so on the spreadsheet I'm using to keep track of that, I'm also tracking 6-month and current part out value, Amazon buy box price or the low price that I'm seeing when I look it up quickly, if there is one, because there's some sets that don't appear to be listed on Amazon. So I don't know what the current price is for those. And that's kind of helping me determine whether or not I think the set should be for part out or if I should save it for whole copy sale. So I kind of have some notes, and there's a few sets that are kind of borderline, and I kind of wasn't sure what I'm going to do. And part of it too is if I only have 1 or 2 of it, it's not as good of a situation for a part out. I'd rather sell a whole copy, but if it doesn't have the value for a whole copy sale, what do I do? And there's actually been a couple of things where the current purchase price is low enough that I could actually consider buying more to turn it into a part out. So I did that. I actually put a couple of orders in for a couple of sets to get copies to turn it into a true part out set. But that was what I wanted to get down there later today, is perhaps do some additional parting out. I have 1 more set that is already parted out, kind of a chocolate car, the printed 1x2 brown tile. That's kind of cool. But I have 1 more set that's already parted out down there, but it's parted out in the quantity of 19, and I'd rather wait and only do it at 20. So I found a single copy at a reasonable price, brand new, and so I'm waiting for that to arrive, and then I will probably open it up and just kind of stray the pieces on a tray or something. It's not a particularly large set, and then as I go through the Ziploc bags that are the parts that are already parted out, I will then just add the additional from the additional set and then add it to Brickstore and upload it. And I did decide to go ahead and start with Brickstore for that. It just seemed like it was easier to learn from that direction than from Bricklink directly. So it's not really what I had intended originally. And hopefully it'll turn out all right, but yeah. The Fabuland, I believe, style umbrella top. It's actually Lego. They've used it for other things, though. And this hairpiece, I'm pretty sure, is not Lego because it's just the stud connection underneath is weird. It's got an extra little hole there, so I'm almost sure that's not Lego. And I'm almost sure that I'm sending some stuff over that is not Lego, but this can't be an exhaustive search. It's meant to just kind of look stuff over initially and whatnot. I also do the fingernail test. I'll hold the piece and run my fingernail over the stud, and if it makes noise and or I feel something there, there's a good chance it's Lego. I mean, there's other brands that put a logo or a word there or something, but it helps me get it somewhat separated. Like this is a weird, it's very rubbery topped piece that I don't think is Lego. But this will actually go in an I don't know pile. Actually, it's going to go up with that little cat thing. Hey, shoe! Yeah. All right, what do we got here? This is, oh, a little bird. Little blue bird. And it looks like Lego. And I think I've seen like that before, but I'm not 100% sure. Going through the pieces. I mean, you know, there's no minifigs so far, but I've gotten some animals. That's kind of cool. And a plain smiley face head. And it is not a solid stud, it's the vented one. So it's not super old, but there you go. It's an actual Lego minifigure head. So there you go. There's parts of minifigures in here. Here is a Technic thing with a rubber band that makes it kind of have a snap back action. That's kind of cool. It's got a groove in there to hold the rubber band. They designed it that way intentionally. I'm always impressed by that sort of thing. Just all the geometries of all the different pieces are always very intriguing to me. I mean, that definitely looks like it's non-Lego. It says something on the side, but I can't read what it is. If I was live streaming, I probably would investigate further. Oh, look, a little turtle. Pretty sure I've seen that, you know, Lego set before. Who knows? I'll go up in the I don't know pile too. All the animals seem to be, well, not the dog, but the rest of the animals seem to be going up there. The dog actually has a stud on his back. I never even thought about that. Well, it's an well, not an anti-stud, but it's a hole in it. So I'd have to look into the hole to see if it says Lego in there. And that's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. One of the little rock gem crystal type things. I've seen this before, and I don't know if this is Lego, like a tire iron. And so that'll go in the I don't know pile. I have an I don't know tote as well. Oh, here's a non-Lego piece. It's a minifigure hand, but it's got like a little ball joint at the end. It's like, nope. And here's another little animal thing, and it's got a separate crown piece, maybe? Yep, a little separate crown piece. So that's probably Lego. Don't know for sure, so I'm going to go up there, the not sure pile. Yeah, that's not Lego. Sorry. Not Lego, people. All right. Slide. There's a fair number of minifigure utensils. Well, look at that. Somebody decided they wanted their pearl light gold cone to be red. I'm also not 100% sure it's Lego, but yeah. We're just going to toss it in with non-Lego. I don't want to be having to clean it. And I guess the pearl light gold cone of that size is worth a ton of money. So. But yeah, so there's a lot of minifigure utensils and other interesting things. Like here's got an animal art, like the tail and this purplish. I also have a count for the basement as to how many sets that I have inventoried are down there at the moment. So that's kind of good information to have. At some point, it has been suggested through one of my videos that maybe I'll have a contest to guess how many sets are down there. But I'm not done inventorying what is down there, so I couldn't do that yet anyway. Yeah. I have no idea if people. Yeah, maybe we're back. Yeah, I got a message on top of my screen. It says my connection had been unstable. So I don't know if people were noticing that or if they were seeing everything or not. I did buy and has arrived, but I'm going to need a little bit of assistance, I think, to get everything set up. I bought a long length of Cat 6 cable with the intent to run it between the computer and the modem so that I can have a little bit more consistency on the stream so that any connection issue is less likely to be in my end unless it's actually outside of the house, and in which case I have no control over it. But yeah, that's something I did recently. I bought a long length of it. My thought was I could run. My modem is currently in the kitchen, but it's up in a cabinet, and the cord then runs through the wall into the basement line. And so, yeah, I was thinking I might want one length if I'm streaming up here, and it can go more directly to the modem, and another length that I'll embed in the wall as well into the basement. But yeah, this is kind of an interesting piece I just found. It's the little part that mechanizes the stud shooter, but it's in a brown. And I don't think I've seen that piece before in brown. So I thought that was interesting. What the heck is this? This is not Lego. Well, thank you very much for trying. It's kind of cool because there's certain pieces I can tell are non-Lego because of just the way the piece looks. It's like, or not the way it looks, I mean, but it's just not a piece that Lego makes. It's the ones they do make, especially ones without studs, that are the hardest to identify as non-Lego. And there's actually a couple of pieces that I dread listing used because I have no idea how to tell the difference. The good example would be the 1x1 round brick or the 1x1 round brick-sized cone. Like, I don't know, here's a cone right now. I have almost no idea how to tell if it's Lego or not just based on looking at it. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. But there's plenty of other pieces that are very easy to tell, and so we'll work on those. Oh, look at that. There's well, it's got a stress bend in it, but so there's I believe this came out with this blue piece with like the troll sets and whatnot. There's a orange minifigure head here, and then a sword stuck into the other end. It's kind of interesting. And this interesting piece, this is basically the body of R2D2, but they're using it for other things as well, which I think is brilliant. Diane, hello. You, good evening. It's basically like an R2D2 body, but they've used it in other colors for other astromechs, but also for just standard Technic building. Interestingly enough, when I sort, this still goes to the R2D2 bodies just because I want to keep the same kind of piece in the same place. Generally speaking, there is actually an example of a piece that I separate depending on color. And the likelihood I'm going to find an example is really small, but it's the small flame piece that if it's trans red or trans orange or trans blue, goes with nature effects, like or whatever. But if it's like a solid red or a solid white, it goes with minifigure parts because then it was basically a plume for a helmet or something. Ah, watching with Dad. Very cool. Hello there, Mark. How you doing? Another, yeah, another fake. Yeah, to recap for Zion at least, and her dad, and perhaps anybody else who wasn't here at the time. This is a bulk lot that I picked up off of Shop Goodwill. The price is about $68, but I'm not sure if that includes shipping and tax or if it's just the purchase price. And it's about 17 pounds, so it's under $5 a pound, which is generally my target. Oh, sick with the fever. That is not good. You need to get rest. Stay as long as you can, but you know, rest is important. And the bonus is you can go back and watch it anytime you want because it'll be up. And of course, I'm dropping a few pieces to the floor. I'm not bothering about getting them at the moment. But yeah, I just saw like a pair of scissors go by. You know, I hold it up like you can see it, but no pair of scissors there. A lot of minifigure utensils, but I'm not seeing a lot of minifigures at all. Matter of fact, none besides the one head that I found. I think we're going to get a different tote and start putting them in that because we'll fill them up. Ugh. 4840 for 46 pounds. Well, I'm not sure what 4840 is, but being a 4-digit number, it's probably pretty old. I don't think that's a Star Wars number either, but I could be wrong. Well, there's an interesting canopy, which I have a feeling is not Lego. No, it is. There. So that canopy is Lego. Oh, okay. Now, is that the Harry Potter burrow? I think 8 is a Harry Potter stream of numbers. Because I think they had a Hobbit that had burrow in the title as well. You know, you're suspiciously non-Lego. Oh, you're welcome. Not a problem. Yeah, those are not Lego. They come apart. They're like fake Lego ice cream cones. Harry Potter, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, look at that. So is it Lego? It is. So here's a printed Lego piece with some like weary looking eyes on the side. And I'm wondering if that came out of one of the Cars sets. It looks reminiscent of a Cars cartoony kind of look to me. Hold that off to the side. No, a non-Lego large plate. How about that? Oh, wow. So this is an older looking piece. I mean, maybe they've been using new, but this was in some of the older 80s space sets. It's like a, well, I don't know. I always thought it was a rifle, but they don't like doing weapons, so maybe it's a long range camera. I don't know. Kind of a cool piece. Oh, geez, nougat. Well, geez, it went all the way to the floor. I'm not sure the color. It's like one of the nougats, I believe, but it's a croissant. That's kind of a cool piece. Oh, and a pony. That's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure that's Lego. We'll stick him over here. Another, there's a little bunny. I'm almost sure that's Lego. Little bunny. Yeah, it is kind of a cool piece. It's I guess you could argue it's a snot piece because there's studs on this side here, and then that part that pops up from the side has stud connector in the front and back. Is either as a regular stud or an anti-stud. So I guess I probably wouldn't actually sort it that way because it's a minifigure piece, but I guess it could be considered an old snot piece. I guess it really depends upon how you define what's snot and what's not. Ah, what's snot and what's not. That's funny. Unintended humor. I'm gonna pop out for now. Let me join my video for son. Okay, Bill, take care. Appreciate you stopping in while you did. Oh, that's gonna need some cleaning. But yeah, that's Lego. I think the pieces that need a lot of cleaning are the ones that depress me the most because, you know, they'll probably be sellable after they get cleaned, but until then, it's not sellable, and it's just like it's so much extra work to clean a piece if it's had a lot of problems with. Like this one had a sticker on it at one point. Can't tell you if it was an actual Lego sticker or something else, but that's going to need extra cleaning. Basically, I have another tote on the floor here that I'm putting the large plates in because they take up so much room, and so it's easy to separate them out. The stickered piece does appear to be real Lego. Interesting little design on it. Okay, well, if that's not Lego, this is suspect now, too. Aha, not Lego. It was a printed piece, or a stickered piece, but it had a 2x2 or a 1x2 tile on the top, so I was just like, okay, toss it in. But then I found half of the stickered piece, and the top was, the studs weren't Lego, so I knew it wasn't Lego. So that wasn't, and nor is the tile. I was about to ask that the piece you are throwing down. Oh yeah, so I've got the large, a small shoebox size tote like this of the larger plates. So like this one, where it's like, you know, 8x16, I think it is. It just like goes down there. I mean, if it was a 3x3, it would go down there too, but. Big dish. It seems like it's Lego in a like a magenta color. Oh, there's like a wizard's hat, dark bluish gray, I believe. That's kind of a cool piece. So yeah, even this little 4x4 goes down there. This one will go down there. I can't imagine this is particularly interesting. You know, it's funny. It's feast or famine, really. Either it's a whole bunch of really interesting stuff, like the minifigures, or not much at all. Troll bus set. You know, it could be. It could be from the troll bus set. I'm not real familiar with that set, although I own some of them for eventual part out. But unless the price miraculously rises, those troll sets are just generally not worth much. So there's I believe that's probably somebody's actual creation because we've got non-matching colors down there, but it's kind of cool. It rolls well. The wheels, even though they're using two different kinds of wheels, they've set it up so that they're level. That's kind of cool. Ah, this is from a street sweeper. It actually is a Lego piece. The street sweeper piece usually will, or the street sweeper sets, if I can talk correctly, usually will have two, if not three or four of these next to each other to make it a wider sweeper. And these little bristles just are usually often choked with hair because they just like, it's sort of like a brush, a hairbrush. It just gets tangled up in there. There's only one piece though in this one, so this one's a fairly clean one. So that's kind of neat. Don't see these all the time. All right. So this is a Friends piece. It's got a sticker on it of like what looks like a carving of some of the Friends themselves. I think I will probably try to sort a good chunk more of this bag. Oh, look, another one of the street sweeper pieces. So yeah, they do come in 2s and 3s usually, as I said. Of course, I don't even see the other one now. It's been, there it is. It was underneath a little carriage thing. So, you know, they would basically put them on a Technic beam or something, or not a beam, but an axle or something to make it wider. But it's actually two separate pieces. And they'll stick together a little bit too. All right, but yeah, I think I'm gonna sort through maybe half of this bag. We're probably close to half now. Maybe I'll switch to doing some of the minifigure stuff. So I still have that other bag from last week, which was even older into the house. That was the bag that I paid for in April of 2021 and then was shipped to me. And it was two separate lots from the same Goodwill of minifigure parts. It was 2.4 pounds per. And I paid a little under $600 for it. So expensive, but I think less than the going price for a minifigure parts now generally is. So it was a good deal. And it's kind of an interesting find. This is a blue boomerang. I know this piece was in one of the Lego Batman movie sets because it was a villain that used a boomerang. But that's kind of a cool piece. And there we go. Here's a Unikitty face, I believe. And so we have more, you could argue, minifigure parts with that. An oar. There's been some discussion of oars recently in some of my videos where people have thought that there should have been some oars with the pirate polybag that the VIPs were able to get from purchase of Lego. So yeah, I guess I can see an oar that would have been a good piece to put in there. I have no idea how they decided what to put in and what not. So, but I will add, and for anybody who has watched that video that's here at the moment, thank you. That is now my third most watched video, and it has climbed incredibly fast. It is as close as I've ever gotten to becoming viral, really, because of the speed upon which it's gone up. And overall, it is currently my third most watched video, and it could possibly become my second most watched video relatively easily, I think. Let me see. Can I check that quickly? Let's see. All right, well, it's taking a moment to update. All right. Come on. It is about 100 views from being my second most watched video. So yeah, it's done incredibly well in the short period of time that it's been up. The other thing I'd like to mention, and thank anybody here who has helped contribute to this, we're up to 589 subscribers, which to me is crazy. Hello, Agar. I'm not going to try to pronounce the rest. DLWW4. I just Agar. But yeah, 589 subscribers. It's climbed like 15 or 20 in the last couple of weeks. And what's really surprising to me too is it doesn't always go up, but I haven't noticed it pop down in a while. Because usually I'll go up by 3 or 4 and lose 1 or 2, and you know, that kind of thing. That happens pretty frequently. But yeah, it's been kind of steady going up for a little while. There's a little microphone for the minifigure. So lots of minifigure accessories, but very few actual minifigure parts. Oh, this one's a cool one. Nah, come on, fingers. It's the little beaker with a different color in it, the green. Another little animal. It's a little cat, or maybe it's a panther or something like that. I'm not for sure on that one. Anna, those are cool. This tote. Almost 600. You're absolutely. But yeah, I'm gonna go through these until I finish this tote, and then I will. If there's, I'll grab the minifigure one, and we can look at that one because I haven't. Like I said, there was 2 bags of minifigures that I bought, and I opened one last week, and I was saving the other one. Another little cat. Looks like a little tiny piece. A little red rectangle with a. It looks like a play button. I'm not sure the reference on that one. Well, there's an egg piece. These aren't super common. Oh, well, how about that? Look at that. We did, in fact, find an example. So this is the piece I would do. Being white, I would put this in. It would go in with nature stuff like plants and rocks and stuff like that, as like a fire or ice element. So it's a rare example where I actually separate where I sort the piece based on the color. Most of the time that doesn't happen, but it's actually the only time I can imagine that I recall that it actually does make a difference. And here's a beard piece. Maybe I should put that on a figure for me. It's not Lego piece. What the heck is that? I'm pretty sure that's not Lego. Put that over there. Always with the pile of unsure. Kind of funny. Well, thanks for being a subscriber. I appreciate that. Lego? It does appear to be. It's a 1x2 tile, trans black, with a printed like pattern on it. I've never seen that piece before. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna hold that out and look that up later. I do that with pieces that intrigue me. Hold them out and look them up later, see what they're about. Yeah, pretty sure that's not Lego. No idea what This is the at least the second large tread in this like nougaty color also. Oh. All right, the tote is getting close to full. Did I? Oh, hey, look at that. It is a little yellow lipstick. I believe that is a Lego piece. So that's kind of cool. This is a trans neon green tile that's printed. It's got like a little crystal and then an eye on it. I wonder if this is from Lord of the Rings, perhaps. Hard to see, but we'll put that over there as an interesting piece. Show the trans black tile again. I'll get it on brick and I can get a price. Okay, hang on a sec. Here we go. So it's got like those 8 circular sections on it. It's difficult to show. Let me try something here. Hang on. My finger behind it doesn't help at all. The printing is probably silver. Pretty darn cool. Now, I'm pretty sure it says Lego on it. I'm going to grab my phone and I'll do a zoom on it with my camera, which is, oh, so in other news in the basement, last night I went down and I brought down some supplies. Oh yeah, I have a number on it. Well, it's going to be just the piece number, not the printed piece number. 30070, but that's just the piece number. So I brought some supplies down. I now have a boom light, like a ring light kind of thing, but in the middle of it, it's got a magnifying lens, but there's like a panel that you go open up so that the lens doesn't get dusty. And then, so now my webcam is going to follow me around. It does that sometimes. So I brought that down. I also brought down a microscope with a stand so that I can look up numbers easily. Trans black with 8 circles. I'll go look now. There you go. So yeah, there's a microscope with a stand, and I brought my counting scale down. I think there was one other thing, but I'm not remembering what it is offhand. So I kind of have that set up on the table down there. It's not really where I would like to be doing that sort of stuff in the grand scheme of things. But you know, that'll come at some point. This is a piece, I think this came with like the Aqua Zone sets. This little, that's a cool little piece. That is probably not Lego, but I don't know. It just looks very suspect to me. It doesn't look like there'd be a way to hold it easily. We'll put it with this stuff that's I'm not really sure about. All right. Now, let's see. Yeah, let's move that down. Garbage. Another little bunny or cat or dog or something like that. More than likely they are Lego. I'm seeing there's a lot of Friends type colors in here, so it makes sense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's, well, it's lost now. It's a non-Lego cupcake, but it dropped into the Lego bin and then it filtered down, so we'll get it on a later sort. This is just a quick sort, just kind of go through pieces. There's a trident. Kind of a cool piece. Yeah, these I'm pretty sure are not Lego. These actual fluted like columns. I'm pretty sure that's not Lego. Oh, 20 cents, 22. Cool. Green tunnel. Okay. So yeah, there's an eye at the top, and then what looks like one of those rock crystal pieces at the bottom. I had one, but it's in the bin somewhere. If I see another one, I'll show you what that piece is. But I mean, you probably know what I'm talking about anyway. Oh, here's a seal. That's kind of cute. So yeah, quite a lot of animals. Oh, the castle set. I think it's expensive, but it's probably well worth the money. I will get it. I'm probably waiting for a good gift with purchase or perhaps double VIP. I mean, spending $400 a lot, but getting VIP points on $800 would soften the blow. I mean, that would be like a $40 discount. It's like, 10% off. So I think that's probably what I'm waiting for. I mean, preferably I'd like to get double VIP and a nice gift with purchase, but they're pretty rare to be combined at the same time. You kind of almost have to have a gift with purchase that has lasted longer than normal at your store to get that. A light bluish gray ingot piece. That's kind of cool. And then also, I think this is a Unikitty tail printed piece. Another ore. All right, I think we're column full. So we have some more left in here, and I'm peeking in. Oh, look, here's a cool printed radar dish. That's got to be a friend set. At least it seems that way to me. I don't see anything else that looks terribly interesting. I mean, here's another divider for the cases. I keep those. I got a bunch of cases. More dividers too. Yeah, this is the second one of this I had too. I think it might actually be. I thought it was a sticker at first, but if it's a sticker, it's very well put on. But this is a cool printed piece as well. It's on like a dark green 2x2 round. I don't know. Trans bright green or trans neon green. This is the underside of it, so you see the color more. But yeah, cast set is really cool. There's a friend of mine who's been putting it together, and last night around 2 in the morning, he posted pictures of how far he is currently on the build. Like he's got a 1.5-year-old son, so I mean he's kind of busy, him and his wife. But he posted pictures, or it's really cool. It looks like he's got about half of it done. But yeah, I will buy that at some point. I know some people have talked about getting it to part it out, which would be really cool. Are the crystals white outlined? White or silver? Yeah. And there's two. There's a larger background crystal and a smaller front one to the right. No, I wouldn't say it's bluish. Silver or white. Whoa. Oh, no, we're dropping pieces. I don't think that's Lego, but yeah, I'm sure there's more interesting stuff, but we're not going to go through that anymore. I'm going to move on to these minifigure parts because I think people will enjoy that more. So here it is, 2.4 pounds of minifigure parts. We're going to get another tote to put them in. My experience with the other bag was that most of it was Lego. Move that further away. Light off. Put that down there. What is this stuff here? Garbage. That's garbage. $22. Okay, 3 sets else for all 3 sets. Okay, cool. So it means there was some elves and Ninjago mixed in with all that, although you wouldn't know it. All right, so right off the bat, I see 2 horses, brown one and a white one. That's pretty cool. And I just realized I never turned my light on. Let me see if this helps with visual. Yeah, my cam followed me. All right, so what else? Oh, look at this. We got a shark in, I think it's old dark gray. And his jaw is very stiff. That's really cool. All right. Oh, here we go. Here's a Ninjago villain, one of those snake guys. That's cool. He's got his staff and everything. That's kind of cool. Give me a Preston. Feel free to hold them up. Well, this was, it's on a dark green round 2x2. And it's like a gold patterned sticker or a gold patterned star. And I thought it was a sticker when I saw that. Yeah, it's a sticker. But, and this is the second piece I found of it. It's very well put on, very well centered. I mean, it's a little bit off, but it is darn close to correct. And then the next sticker does take a good chunk of the piece. All right, so this is interesting. This is one of the magnet pieces. I think it might be Pirates of the Caribbean, but I'm not certain. The guy is missing his head. And anything else? Oh yeah, Snake Ninjago. Here is maybe a racer. I'll lift his eyes up. You can see his face. Oh, I say so you can see his face. I don't see his face. That's Lego. It's not actually a minifigure. I'll put that over there. Okay, that's scary. Yeah. Maybe this is SpongeBob. Is it even Lego? It does see the stud of the head. All right, so yeah, this is kind of a creepy looking figure to me. SpongeBob, perhaps, one of the characters. It's just kind of creepy looking. I'm going to hold him out. Here is a skeleton in gray. Let's see. Oh, we got more of the game pieces. So 3 of them come together there, and they do that often. All right, so this is kind of a cool looking dude. Is he actually Lego? No. The torso is Lego, so I guess the helmet part is Lego. I don't know. We'll see what people think here. He's got like these jetpack things made out of guns. Maybe this thing goes up. I don't know. I mean, that helmet piece is pretty cool no matter what. Man. Oh, only one for the green round one, just 0.9 GBP. That's kind of cool because I know there's 2 of them in there. How many came in that set? Probably 2. But yeah, this is a cool minifigure. Okay, this is like, I should probably just throw this away because I don't think any part of that is going to be useful. It's the torso has all sorts of bite marks and stuff on it. Yeah, and the piece, that's in bad shape too. Anyway. All right, come on, more good minifigures. Here is, well, okay, Rey, I think, from Star Wars, but she's got no hands. So she's kind of going along the tradition of the Skywalkers, no hands. Yep, two of them. So there you go. I had two of them. So is this the same minifigure? Almost the same minifigure. They have different heads, but maybe they're twins, or they're trying to be twins. A couple of farmer guys, it looks like. All right, this is maybe a policewoman or something. I only say woman because she's got the lipstick on. All right, so I think I'll do is I'll poke in without looking. Okay, this is what we're pulling out. Oh, it's a motorcycle. Not a particularly interesting piece, but it's a motorcycle. Do this again. How about this right here? All right, so this is another construction zone type minifigure. I had a bunch of them in the last bag too. Don't look. Pull this out. Okay. Okay, it's an Octane guy. He's got his Octane on his shirt. Let's see. How about this? All right, this. No, it's like a little bit of something. I don't know. Just gonna go back in with regular pieces. All right, how about this? All right, so they've attached a Ninjago face mask to a spear. Not exactly what I would call interesting. There's a set of legs. We don't generally look at notchable minifigures. That's a set of legs. All right, we found a full Friends figure without hair. There we go. Oh, the SpongeBob one. Yeah. Try not to give people a nightmare with this one. He's got a bow tie. I mean, assuming that's the right torso, might help. All right, what is this? Okay, this might be from Chima. Little red dude with a beak. Short tan legs. Yeah. Again, assuming the legs are correct. Oh, we got another pony. He needs regular blue legs. Yeah, might be better. Oh, oh, look at that. Cool. I got a camel. Bikini Bottom ice cream vendor. I would not buy ice cream from him. But yeah, I got a camel. I think the camel was only in one or maybe two sets, and they were the Prince of Persia stuff, and didn't do real well. So yeah, camels are pretty cool. And here's a bicycle. That's kind of cool. All right. I believe this is a friend's horse. He's also got a bridle on too on the front, which I haven't seen much of, but it's a very rubbery piece. I'll have to make sure I'm careful I don't get rid of any of those that I might find. Yep, it says Lego on the recessed area of the stud. All right, reach in and grab a random figure here. What do we got? Oh, wow, he's kind of frightening looking. This is a skeleton with printing and an armor piece with red spikes on it. He is somebody you do not want to mess with. I should get a whole bunch of different skeletons and make like a skeleton army to be attacking the medieval village that we display with, because couple of the people in the lug have a whole bunch of medieval village stuff put together. They set it up in squares, and so it's modular. They can change it up any way they want. Oh, SpongeBob. Oh, 3.64. So that was the figure. Cool. Now, So, but he needs different legs apparently. Is that correct? Not the tan legs. I'll just pull the legs off of him if they're not correct. I mean, why keep them on if they're not correct? Especially if I know it now. All right, what is this? Oh, okay. Well, I think this might have been something in a set that I just parted out. This is a Marvel guy. I think it's one of the just plain blue legs, standard length blue legs. But this, I think, is one of the Marvel guys, maybe an Outrider, they call them, I think. But yeah, I recognize the torso and the back parts, so I think it might have been in a set that I parted out. All right. All right, well, this one is kind of, I think, I'm not sure how it goes, but we'll leave it. But I think this came from the, oh, what did they call those? The Master Builder stuff. Because he's got like that Master Builder symbol on his chest. Normal size blue legs. Cool. We'll try to find some for him. But yeah, this is this guy here. So we're gonna just steal these normal size blue legs and put them on him. There we go. So this is what he looks like fixed. All right, so here's another piece, another figure. He looks like a racer type, but maybe Ninjago too. I don't know. His helmet looks like it's the correct helmet by color scheme. So I don't know. He's kind of cool. Oh, wow, it's a keychain. That reduces the value, probably. This is one of the rarer Star Wars figures, I think, but it's the keychain version. Is that Kit Fisto? Am I remembering that correct? I don't know. I do think it's cool to have the keychain, though. Here is just a Ninjago guy, black with like a silver mark on his helmet. Back printing. Let's see. Back of the torso, that is. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is even better. This is a keychain with the packaging on it still. Basically, it's kind of new. It's Green Lantern. That's pretty darn awesome. This could be looked up. It is number 853452, right on the back of the package. That's awesome. All right, so we need something else. Yeah, it is a nice keychain. All right, here's another Friends figure. Okay, her torso is on backwards to her legs. That's not the way it's supposed to be. But she's got red hair. Nice to be still here as I am, but again, if you do need to get rest, it's okay. I mean, and also if you need to leave, just let me know and I'll tell you what the timestamp is, because I have a counter on my live stream that tells me how long I've been on. And so when it comes up that you can watch the replay, you could just go to the same time or a little bit before if you want to watch the rest. This guy looks a little worried. He's got his pin straight looking suit on, but he looks worried. He also has another face on the backside. I keep dropping him when I try to show the backside. That does not look worried, but has glasses. Well, the other one has glasses too. But all right, let's do the random reach-in. Oh, what is this? It's big. Oh my. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is kind of cool. What do we got here? Is that okay? Never seen that piece before. Well, that's pretty cool. All right, so he's on like a little vehicle thing. I'm going to take the vehicle thing off and just show the figure. I'm pretty sure this came from Space Police, but I'm not sure. But he's got the cool antenna. No, those are antenna are in place. But he's got this really cool kind of handheld device of some sort that looks like it's got, oh, it's actually two pieces. I see. Okay. But yeah, this might actually in another color be a piece that I wasn't sure if it was Lego or not. It might be in my unknown pile in the other room. I just took it off. That piece is kind of cool. Okay, well, we're at an hour and 21 minutes, hour and 22 minutes. So you could go back to like an hour and 15 minutes and watch it next time you have the chance. If you so press well, get better. That's a cool bug. Aliens and stuff from Space Police. I'll put them back on the way I found them. So I don't know if it was supposed to be some sort of a flying vehicle or what, but there you go. I guess I mean, even if these things were in, he's not going to sit perfectly flat up close. But yeah, that's how I found them. These weird claw type things on this little riding thing. I'll leave them on there just in case. It probably goes to the set. All right, reach in, grab a random thing. Like reach in, grab a random thing. Oh, okay, it's a little trophy. No big deal. Reach in, grab a thing. Frying pan. Okay. Reach in, grab a thing. It's a figure. I don't know what this guy is, but he's got leg printing too, so that's kind of cool. Kind of neat. All right, reach in, grab a thing. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure it is Lego. I have no idea what it is. Maybe it's, oh, I wonder if this is horse barding for like, because the friend's horse had a 2-stud opening. And then if I put this in like this, yeah, it's like a blanket that goes on a horse for friends. That's kind of cool. Definitely have not seen that piece before. All right, reaching random thing. It's bucket. Stream like, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is non-Lego. As is that. Take good care of her. I'm sure she'll get better soon. Thank you. Have a good night. All right, so this guy, the back of his torso is kind of scuffed up, so he's probably not going to be saleable. But his front looks kind of interesting. He's got a kind of angry-looking face and then the printed torso. I mean, the head and legs may be sellable, but the torso is kind of scratched up on the back. Reach in, grab a random thing. Okay, this is, I believe, a friend's like baby. They have tiny little heads that go on there. Maybe it's the same size head. I don't know. But yeah. All right, here's another guy. He reminds me of Rock Raiders. Whether or not he is Rock Raiders or not, I can't tell you. But he's got the green, like almost construction site looking vest. Whoa. I don't know how that happened, but see, my cam has like hand signals you can use to do things with it. And I've apparently triggered it to zoom in. So yeah, not exactly what I was hoping for. Is it gonna look down? Nope, it likes my head now. Oh boy. I think I will probably need to invest in a non-following cam. This guy's got two different color arms, which I'm thinking probably don't go. Printed legs may not go. He's got a yellow air tanks and a very chipper looking face. Maybe it'll help with showing the minifigures. I don't know. There is one person watching. I should probably stop while I'm ahead. Oh, okay. Pretty sure it's Lego. I think I've seen it before. Yeah, I think it says Lego on there. It is Lego's version of a face hugger, I think. Oh. So it's been about 90 minutes. That's going to be kind of funny. Diane's going to come back to watch the rest of the stream. It's going to be like 10 minutes. Maybe I'll try an experiment. I'll stop for now and I'll restart again later in the afternoon and see what we get some additional people. So whoever is there, I'm thinking about cutting it short. Although, 90 minutes isn't necessarily short. Well, we're up to 2 people. I had just mentioned that I think I was going to cut it here and then perhaps maybe come back later in the afternoon for an hour, hour and a half and see what I get at that point. So I think what we're going to do is we will cut it. We're at an hour and 28, 51, 52, 53 seconds. So it'd be basically an hour and a half. But thank you for stopping in. And I'll see if I can fix the cam before then too. I might just have to just power it all down and start it up again. Anyway, thank you for those that stopped by. I appreciate it. And perhaps later this afternoon, I'll come back. Take care.